Hello, and welcome to Explorers of Elsewhere's Elysia Rising's new segment. I'm dubbing this Faction Actions. So, we know that the players and the gang that they are a part of is a living and dynamic entity, but the city of Elysia is just as dynamic and living, and it is full of factions of shakers and movers who want to do all sorts of things whilst the player characters aren't looking. And because I need to know for planning upcoming episodes, I thought we could make a little thing of it, just so we could all see together sort of like what's happening in the background that will hopefully have a direct impact or indirect impact on the players in future episodes. So what we've got here is pretty much everything that all the stuff for the various factions, 15 in total. Down the left here we can see the reputation trackers for the players with the respective factions themselves. So off the back of the last mission, which saw the players going up against the Shield of Elysia, we can quite happily say that the Faith is somewhat less happy with the players, and in fact their reputation with the Shield of Elysia specifically has now dropped to -1, which makes them adversaries. In other news at the same time, they have successfully done a job for the Underworld, so we can go ahead and put that up to +2, as they haven't currently tried to screw anyone over, and they have made Mustovan a very happy, sweaty little goblin, so their reputation with the Cobbles goes up to +2. Right, so yes, so in the same way that the players have downtime, so too do all of the factions. Now, as you can see here, it's a relatively empty page. As you can see, it's just currently a bunch of names in black, with the faction names in black, and one action in purple from the Shield of Elysia, which is investigate the attackers. So in the same way that the players have long-term projects, so too do some of the factions. So off the back of the last mission, the Shield of Elysia will be investigating the attackers on the warehouse, which saw Elysia's very first ghostly breach. That was a thing that happened, and the Shield of Elysia are going to see if they can get to the bottom of who it was that did it. Now, the Shield of Elysia are a tier 2 faction, normally 2 dice on this fortune roll to see how well they managed to look into it, but given the nature of the attack, which caused this the ghost, one of their numbers killed by a ghost, there's a lot more eyes, there's a lot more effort being put into finding out who it was. So we're going to give them an extra dice. We roll a 5. Okay, so that is 2 segments on the clock to investigating the attackers. Cool. So, elsewhere, in elsewhere, at the end, in episode 2, Magpie was able to earwig in on Musto, who quite handily was kind of giving the lay of the land in terms of the city after the death of Tavarien. So, in actual fact, there are quite a few clocks that are in play at the moment. And off the back of Magpie's earwigging, there are a number of things that she's heard that the other factions are up to, which are these. So she's overheard that the City Watch are in fact rounding up Sangrevar. The Chain Bearers are trying to recover items from beyond the Veil. The Children of Aya are being much more zealous in their spreading of Aya's word, and the Cobbles are currently looking at moving into Old Town with the demise of the leader of the Tellers. So we'll quickly roll through all of these. So the City Watch are a tier 3 faction. They were hampered by being hampered by the players. We're going to reduce their fortune roll down to 2. So let's see how they got on. So they got a 5. So they get 2 segments to rounding up some more Sangrevar. The Chainbearers attempting to look for their Void Touch items. The Chainbearers are tier 3 as well. No one has been opposing them as such. So they roll a 6. That is 3 segments of the clock. Children of Ire. They are a faction, a tier 4 faction. Again, no one's really been stopping them. So they roll a 5. That is 2 segments. And last but not least, of the known agendas, the Cobbles are attempting to push into Old Town. So they are tier 1 at the moment. No one, the player characters haven't specifically helped them in this endeavour, so they roll a 5. Oh, they're doing quite well. And that is 2 segments. Okay, so we have some clocks that are starting to tick away. Separately, there are some other things happening among the other factions, but their goals aren't public knowledge, or they're not known to the players. So as such, a lot of these clocks will go up in privacy. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and roll all of these, and then we'll see what the clocks look like after. Okay, and after lots and lots and lots of rolling, this is what we're left with. So some of the clocks are moving up, some achieving more than others. As we can see, the faction known as the Marionettes have actually managed to complete one of their clocks. Unbeknownst to the player characters, that's partly off the back of a critical fortune roll boosted by the player character's actions. They've actually managed to tick that box up. So that's something that will come into effect sooner rather than later, I suspect. So we've got updated reputations with the Shield of Elysia going down and the Cobbles going up, and we have an idea of what they're all up to. So with all of this, I can then put some new plans into action as to what's going to happen to the players going into episode 4. If you're liking the series so far, make sure to hit the like button and comment down below on what you think is going to be a particularly juicy clock when it ticks over, or what it is that the Marionettes are up to that the players have unwittingly helped them achieve. The Blackguard are close on their heels. They've only got 1 segment of their clock, so maybe some comments on what you think the Blackguard are currently up to. But if you want to see for certain, then make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon for notifications of when we release new videos, such as episode 4, which will be affected by these rolls. The videos are coming out pretty regularly, and we wouldn't want you to miss them. So there's that. Cool. That's it. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.